Omi tutu, ona tutu, ile tutu, tutu ladoye, tutu egun, kosiko, kosi aron, kosi afo, kosi afitibu, kosi wahala, kosi adina, mojuba, mojuba, orisha, mojuba, bobo orisha, mojuba, ia locha, baba locha. Mojuba to all those priests that went on this journey before us. Mojuba to all those that are here. We ask for your prayers and love. Always say, Ariku, Baba Wa. Ashe, Ashe, Yireo. BAMBD CDC presents BAMBDFEST International Biennial 2025, the Festival of Black Arts and Culture. This year's theme is inheritance, the stories we have a right to tell, the stories we have a responsibility to tell. Please join us August 1st through August 31st, 2025. For more information, go to bambfest.com. Come celebrate, come convene, come and claim your inheritance. Asheo.
Everybody. Hello. It's so wonderful to see so many Black faces out and about, so many civically engaged people who showed up to get their news. Yeah. So it is my great pleasure tonight to welcome you to the band. We give thanks to our host, Jeffrey's Inner Circle, which is one of the anchor institutions in Oakland's only formerly declared cultural district, the Black Arts Movement Business District. The district in Oakland was founded in January of 2016 by city resolution. Geographically, the district spans from 10th Street to 18th Street, from Lake Merritt to the 880 frontage road. It is a huge swath of geography that does something that historically has not been done in this town. It takes away the bifurcation between the lower bottoms and downtown, which has always been in West Oakland. So it actually heals West Oakland, which is rather historic. A great step towards equity, one might think, to have control of such a large swath of real estate. The resolution establishing this district is beautifully written, very, very aspirational. It talks about revitalizing formerly marginalized spaces. It takes off on AB 189, which is the state bill, which recognizes arts districts. And since 2016, our municipality has done nothing to celebrate this district. There are no banners.
That's right.
There is no signage.
That's right.
And many of you who may frequent this part of town may in fact just heard tonight that such a district exists. There may be others of you who wonder about an organization called BAMBDFEST. The CDC stands for Community Development Corporation. I founded BAMBDFEST in April of 2016 because I said from the very beginning, if cultural districts are to save people of color, if cultural districts are to recenter Oakland as a cultural mecca, then it could not be a Negro museum. It could not be a top-down thing created by the city to create a tourist district that bled Black artists and Black activists and Black people. If they declared a cultural district, I thought we might have a chance for a Hail Mary. I thought that perhaps they had identified where the battlefield was.
That's right.
So I decided that the only way a cultural district could be of any possible use to any of us on the ground is if it were a hybrid district, envisioned and animated by community and facilitated by the municipality here in Oakland that talks a lot aspirationally about equity.
That's right.
As we bleed Black folk, as we bleed Black businesses, as venues close, as the number of people sleeping on the street continue to pile up without compassion or care. I've been saying since 2011 that ethnic cleansing is afoot in Oakland. You know, there are many things you don't say it till somebody gives you permission to say it. In the future, they'll tell you that we migrated, but we're here today. We know that we are being priced out. We know that development in Oakland does not benefit us all equally. And I see people in this room that have been on the ground building for decades. Why wouldn't this boom benefit you too? So hybrid district, organized around pillars. We're a very siloed city. We have excellent people taking care of police violence. We have people who are concerned with the homeless. We have people who create policy. BAMBDFEST is organized around 5 pillars because I recognize our problems as being comprehensive and systemic and interwoven. And we have to harness all the energy we have in these very siloed places to make sure that we are concerned about housing, about commerce, about the importance of art and culture, about access to vital human services, and about the collection, proliferation of research and data, because research and data inform policy. BAMBDFEST is organized around those 5 pillars. If you would like to be a part of building out the district in which we sit, it doesn't matter whether you're a business person, if you consider yourself to be political, if you are a scholar, if you are an artist, if you are an individual citizen. It's everybody's business. That's right. And it's time to go now. You remember the song, Tell Me When to Go? It's time to go. It is time to stand up and push back unless you are willing to go home and pack. It is time to go. So there'll be some clipboards passing around at some point this evening that invite you to sign up to get more information about BAMBDFEST, to find out about how to help with BAMFest, a huge festival that's coming up in the middle of Black August to celebrate the Black arts movement here in Oakland. So, once again, welcome to the band. We're going to forward the program and we're going to go straight into introductions to get us back on schedule, so I get to stay some more. I get the great pleasure of introducing El Muhajir, Marvin X, Marvin X. I could have read you the bio of MiriBaraka.com. He was born in Fowler, little city near Fresno, 1944. He's a prolific writer. You heard Greg Bridges say that he's written over 30 books. Might interest you to know at least 20 of them have been in the last decade. He is a magnetic speaker. He has mentored many, many people, and some of those people he led the water and they drank. Might be a few thirsty horses, man. He's a Gemini, so there are two of them. How well you like him may depend on which one you met first.
That's right.
The man is an intellectual genius. And he is an accessible genius. He has an academy on the corner of 14th and Broadway, and he sets up church there whenever he gets ready to.
Make sure I'm
Somewhat like Socrates, just sitting out and handing out knowledge to anybody willing to engage. Marvin X has introduced me to some of the greatest minds, some of the most mind-blowing freedom fighters, living and dead, that this room can imagine. I've had the pleasure of meeting Dr. West before. That's a rock star, y'all. When I was getting my graduate degree, I said, I want to grow up and be like Cornel West. Other rock stars like Nathan Hare.
That's right.
Julia Hare.
That's right.
I've met artists like Sonia Sanchez,
That's right.
Nikki Giovanni, Ishmael Reed, Sam Greenlee, Donnell Lee. Maybe most notably, Marvin's most significant partner in crime, MiriBaraka. The two of them are especially significant and said in one breath, because we envision the foundation of the Black Arts Movement. A movement that I'll tell you on paper ended in 1970. Well, I was raised by lions, so I get to drop science on you. You never let your oppressor tell you when your movement's in. I created the continuum of the Black Arts Movement. I see others in the room that do as well. So it actually never ended. Maybe it just buried itself a little bit more deeply underground because it is the sister to the Black Power movement. Perhaps it's merely sleeping, waiting for a pregnant time, like right about now, to be joined by the power that it needs to walk in a room. It's very popular now to say that Black lives matter. Black power matters. Because if you got power, you ain't got to tell nobody your life matters.
That's right. That's right.
I was raised by lions, Marvin X. Marvin X has mentored me. He's counseled me. He can cuss me out. He's prayed for me. He's prayed with me. One of my favorite little anecdotes about him is his mother was a wonderful woman, very, very wise, very socially forward, who loved her son and told him how brilliant he was, how he was a giant amongst men, but he had one fatal flaw. He just wouldn't leave them niggas alone. And I personally am extremely grateful that on that note, that he didn't listen to his mother. Ladies and gentlemen, it's with the greatest pleasure that I can possibly muster that I introduce my mentor, El Muhajir, Marvin X. Stand up! So now I guess I'll bring up your grandson, and after
Yes.
that, you can introduce Dr. West.
Grandson, come on up. Thank you, Ayo.
Hello, greetings. My name is James Rhodes, and I'm the grandson of Marvin X. Today, I'm proud to introduce Dr. Cornel West, one of the most prominent and provocative intellectual philosopher, political activist, and social critics of today. In 2017, I had the pleasure of taking Dr. West's course titled The Historical Philosophy of W.B. Du Bois during my sophomore summer at Dartmouth College in New Hampshire. Every class meeting was highlighted by Dr. West's enthusiasm for teaching and devotion to discussing and challenging some of the most pressing issues facing society today, such as race, gender, and socioeconomics. We became familiar with W.B. Du Bois, one of the most cosmopolitan figures of the 20th century, as we read classics such as The Souls of Black Folk and Dusk of Dawn. Dr. West geniusly contextualized Du Bois's philosophy of double consciousness, or what it means for a Black person to experience a bipolar reality forced by simultaneously existing in constrained white and Black social spaces. Dr. West's captivating ability to spark profound thought on complex topics in order to bring about understanding provided everyone in the class with an opportunity to speak about and internalize essential issues about what it means to be human, what it means to be an American, and what it means to have an identity. This class played a pivotal role in shaping my college experience. As a history major, Dr. West's continued dedication to humanities and the education system served as a point of adding depth to my understanding about how others perceive themselves in the world and how people with different backgrounds interact with themes that impact everyone through commonalities. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Cornel West.
Well, good evening. Good evening. That's town business. Thank you. I'm really looking forward to this conversation, as I know all of you are too. Thank you so much for being here. Quick point of order before we get started, though. You heard Ayodele speak about the fact that the town is bleeding Black people. We now have less than 25% Black people in this city. And the vast majority of the 6,000 to 9,000 people that are sleeping on our streets are formerly housed Black people. There is a war being waged on Black life. And you have two options when someone wages war on you. You can die, or you can fight back. And this is town. This is the town, and what we do here is fight back. And so I just want to take a brief moment, and I want to honor a warrior in this fight. Dominique, can you just put your hand in there? Folks, look back there. That's Dominique.
Yes.
She is one of the founders of Moms for Housing. If you haven't heard about Moms for Housing, they are a brave group of mothers who said that they were not going to allow their children to sleep on the streets anymore. And they took a vacant property, a property that's in my district, in my hood, West Oakland, that's been sitting vacant for years. As a matter of fact, for every one homeless person in this city, there are 4 vacant properties.
No.
So they took the house. The company, the multi-billion-dollar global company, Wedgwood, has given them an eviction notice, and the sheriffs are coming for these Black mothers on the 17th. Whatever you can think of to do between now and then, and especially on that day, I call on you to do it. It is literally about the life and death of Black bodies in the city. Thank you, Dominique. We honor you, your work, the work of the mothers. You are the spirit of Oakland. Okay, now let's get down to it. So, if you know anything about these brothers, these kings to my left and to my right, you know that they are brilliantly verbose. And we've got a lot of things we want to talk about tonight, right? We want to talk about national politics. We want to talk about housing. We want to talk about police and policing. So I'm going to try. They both told me that it probably won't work, but I'm going to try. We'll see what happens. So to kick us off, each of you have 5 minutes for your opening remarks. I'm gonna set my little timer on my phone so we'll all collectively hear the ding, 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 and then we'll know, right, if they're gonna play along or not. I may just be furniture this evening after I ask this first question. All right, so Dr. West, we're gonna start with you. 5 minutes opening remarks.
5 minutes. Oh Lord, these are gonna be black minutes. I don't know what kind of minutes you got, but I got some black minutes there. So I'm gonna begin by just saying I'm blessed to be here. I salute each and every one of you for being here. I want to thank Sister Kat, Sister Ayo, and Brother James for those wonderful words. And I want to take a little time to say something about my brother Marvin X, because I love this brother. He has enriched my life. He has empowered my sense of what it is to be a human being and what it is to be a freedom fighter. He's a love warrior, not just a polished professional. Sacrifice, up, down, still consistent. And when he called me to be here, and it was months ago now.
Yes, sir.
And he'd been working on it. And I hear from him every night. Every night.
Everybody does.
In the midnight hour. And his midnight hour in Oakland is 3 o'clock in the morning for me on the East Coast. And I'm still up reading. I say, there go Marvin X again. And I called my brother Cliff. I said, yeah, I got it too, brother. But that's the kind of dedication, that's the kind of devotion, that's the kind of commitment, that's the kind of conviction he has. He has a love for those Stone called everyday people. That's very rare these days among the older generation. Now, the younger generation got a hunger and thirst, but the older generations become so obsessed with things and commodities and status and position, they become so well adjusted to injustice that they no longer have the focus on those James Cleveland called ordinary people. So that's why he is the African Socrates on the block. See, he's deeper than Socrates because Socrates never cried. He never shed a tear. And anybody who's never cried and shed a tear never loved anybody.
Uh-oh. That's right.
You can love wisdom. You can love abstract principles. I love Socrates' intellectual honesty, but it's not just intellectual honesty that's going to allow you to empower others. You got to learn how to cry.
That's right.
You got to learn how to shed a tear. You're going to learn how to empty yourself and donate yourself and give yourself. That's why he is one who on the block confused the tears with the tenacity of fighting. And that's why I'm here, my brother.
Yes, sir.
How many minutes I got? Because in talking about the national situation, just very briefly, let's just be honest about it. We're living in an escalating neo-fascist country.
That's right.
There's a gangster in the White House. It's true. And see, I speak as a Christian, so when I say gangster, I'm talking about something inside of me, not just him. I was a gangster before I met Jesus, and now I'm just a redeemed sinner with gangster proclivities. So this ain't name calling. This ain't finger pointing. I grew up with gangsters and thugs because I was with them. But we bounced back. But when you have a gangster in the White House with neo-fascist sensibilities, which means the rule of big money, Wall Street, 1% of the population owning more, 41% of the wealth. That's what's happening in Oakland. It is called gentrification, which is nothing but a power grab, a money grab, a wealth grab in the name of development. And then on the national level, there is the rule of big military.
That's right.
And nobody wants to talk about this in the bourgeois press.
That's right.
You don't get it with reactionary Fox News or the milquetoast neoliberal MSNBC. But every $1.61 goes to the military industrial complex. So when they say they don't have money for our children, they don't have money for housing, they don't have money for health care, but anytime you go to war, you find money in a second. Overnight, trillions and trillions of it. So when you get the rule then of big money, big military, then we grow up in a white supremacist civilization, and all you have to do is touch the button and mobilize significant slices of our vanilla brothers and sisters. And let us keep in mind, there's always vanilla brothers and sisters going against their reactionary cousins.
That's right.
See, John Brown ain't no joke.
That's right.
Ann Braden ain't no joke. Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel ain't no joke. There's been some white folk cutting against the grain. The problem is, it's a slice. It's a slice. And then black folk, our movement, our freedom movement has always been the leaven in the loaf.
That's right.
When we get weak, the whole loaf gets stale.
Uh-oh.
It's true. America would not even be a democracy if instead of Frederick Douglass and Harriet Tubman, we had black versions of the Ku Klux Klan. What if every major black leader was a black version of the Ku Klux Klan? There'd be a civil war every generation. America would have gone fascist long time ago. But no, here comes Ida B. Wells Barnett. Here come A. Philip Randolph. Here comes Marcus Garvey. Here comes Benjamin Mays. Here comes Martin Luther King Jr. Here comes Malcolm X. These love warriors, they're not black versions of the KKK. Because after being terrorized for 400 years, they say, we're not going to terrorize, we back. We want freedom for everybody. After being traumatized for 400 years, they say, we're going to heal some folk. Listen to some Aretha. Listen to John Coltrane's Love Supreme. Listen to a little bit of Stevie Wonder's Love and the Need of Love. Read some James Baldwin's love-soaked essays. Turn to Toni Morrison's Beloved. Ain't Mama the most loving figure in the history of the American stage, written by a genius named Lorraine Hansberry from the south side of Chicago in her 20s. What is it about these hated people dishing out all these love warriors? So I'm looking at one of them right here. And y'all got your own versions of it, but I'm focusing on this brother today. You see, what is it inside of him that will not allow him to hold his peace? It just keeps flowing out. He's got to empty himself. He's got to donate himself. And that's what we got to pass on to the younger generation. And it cuts across ideology.
That's right.
You can be a Muslim like Malcolm X and be one of the greatest examples of what it is to tell the truth and to bear witness. You can be an agnostic like Audre Lorde, who's also a lesbian too. Oh Lord, some of them got challenges. Oh, but that's Audre. That's Audre. Or you can be a Buddhist like Bell Hooks. Love warrior to the core. When we talk about the national situation, we must have the lens through which we understand where this empire is at the moment. And it's experiencing spiritual breakdown, the eclipse of integrity, honesty, decency, and courage. And there's an imperial breakdown because the empire now with 4,800 military units around the world, 900 in other parts of the nation, 128 countries, special operations going on, U.S. government extensions military at work. It can no longer hold together. Things are falling apart. So the gangster in the White House is just a sign and a symptom. It's not a matter of just somehow getting him out of office and go back to business as usual. No, not at all. We got some institutions and structures in place. We got some folk that got cowardly orientations. And all of the cowardly folk are not just vanilla folk.
That's right.
Oh, no. We got some cowardly black bourgeois folk.
Uh-oh, don't go there.
You see, who just can't wait to be highly successful at the top.
Uh-huh.
And then want them to be the spectacle and the object of attention so that everybody else catching hell is supposed to live vicariously through them.
That's right.
And we're here to say that the measure of black freedom, the measure of black dignity is not to be measured by the unprecedented status of the black middle class and black professional class. You don't start there. You start in the prisons. You start on the corner. You start in the hood. You start in the alley. That is the measure of what black freedom is. And I'm not an anti-black bourgeois. I love my Jack and Jill brothers and sisters. But everybody knows if they were going to jail with the same level of intensity as our precious black poor and black working class youth were going, we'd have different kind of black leadership. Our black churches would have a different kind of prison ministry. Our black politicians would have a different kind of focus. So we got to be concerned about what the Johnson brothers sang, which is lift every voice, not echo. We can't be an echo of what's happening.
That's right.
You can't be a blues woman. You can't be a jazz man unless you find your voice.
That's right.
Marvin X, Fresno, Oakland, married, M.A., Ph.D. in so many different forms. He found his voice and he was willing to act on it and yet still continue to grow. And I want to end on this note. The very fact that he's kind enough to have me here. It's true. He comes out of a black nationalist tradition.
That's right.
Isn't that true, brother?
Yes, sir.
A great black nationalist tradition. I've never been a black nationalist. I believe in black peoplehood. But any nation I've been suspicious of because every nation for me is under the cross. And that cross stands for unarmed truth and unconditional love. And the condition of truth is to allow suffering to speak everybody's voice. So any nationalism I've been highly suspicious of. But I learned from this brother. I learned from Mary Baraka. I learned from Malcolm X. I learned from Minister Louis Farrakhan. All of those part of that nationalist tradition that says, I will come and be in dialogue to learn from you. I will come with my own revolutionary Christian orientation, trying to be true to myself, but recognizing that as we fuse forces in light of the acknowledgement of the different voices in the Black freedom movement, this is more like a jazz orchestra than a military band. See, the military band, you got to be on the note. Everybody on the note. No, we got folk on the side of it, under it, on top of it. Some folk flatten it out. Other folk hitting the B flat and the sharp and want to hit the clear one. And that's when this brother calls, I come running, and that's why I'm blessed to be here.
Okay, so no timer.
long 5 minutes.
Baba Marvin, your opening remarks.
A few years ago, I was in San Francisco, and we put on the, I guess, 75th birthday celebration for Amiri Baraka. And it was videoed, and they videoed me crying. Tears of joy.
Yes.
But the brothers didn't appreciate that. They say, man, you supposed to be strong, man. Why you gonna be crying like that? Even though they were tears of joy. So I'm saying that to say, I hope I don't get to crying up here tonight. That's right.
That's right. Ain't no harm. Ain't no
But-
harm in the tears.
But I'm so happy that we here and that Brother Cornel showed up, and he showed up before. And the last time he showed up was 2001 at San Francisco State. We did the Kings and Queens of Black Consciousness.
That's right. That's right.
That's 20 years ago. So I told him today, I hope it ain't another 20 years. So I'll be 95. I'm serious.
No, really.
So I hope we can come together again here in Oakland in the coming year, because Sister Ayodele mentioned the BAMBDFEST 20 for next year, celebrating the Black Arts Movement Business District Festival here in Oakland for August, Black August. But let me say this now, I'm the teacher here. Student. Star student though.
Stop.
But the sister Ayo with her BAM CDC, she's already gotten from the California Arts Commission $100,000 for BAM 2020. Come on now. But I would like, for my input, suggestion, proposal for BAM 2020, that we have another conversation, maybe at the Paramount, so more people can engage in the conversation for next year. I'm throwing that out, and I'm sure we can come up with additional funding to get the Paramount when we need to get the Paramount for consciousness. And I'm even down with doing it with Michael Morgan and his Oakland Symphony. Hello.
Oh, wow.
And I praise Michael Morgan, because you know, when Michael Morgan said he wanted to do that Black Panther celebration concert, they told him, no, nigga, you ain't doing that. And Michael Morgan said, I'm going to do it or I'm out of here. And it was one of the best sold-out conferences in the history of the Paramount. So yeah, I want to do something with Michael Morgan, Oakland Symphony, Cornel West, and whoever else we can come up with, Angela, I don't care. And let's chop it up for BAMFest 2020. On the local level, some of you know, I've been on the corner of 14th and Broadway for many, many years with my Academy of the Corner. Academy of the Corner, 14th and Broadway. I've gone through years of police harassment. They rode up on my corner 3 cars deep. We got a report that you was passing out pornographic literature. Some of y'all might know what they're talking about. The mythology of pussy and dick. But I want you to know, out of the 30 books, that's the most controversial piece I've ever written. And perhaps the most healing, because it has literally healed. And I started out as a little 18-page pamphlet. But from that corner You don't even believe this. People lined up to talk to me. Mothers came out of, one was working at the, what's that, Rite Aid, right there, right? She worked there, and she came out and she said, Marvin, I just want you to, I'm going to bring my daughter out here to talk to you, because I can't understand. You see my daughter, she's a pretty girl, and she got 2 babies, and I can't understand why she go out and stay all night with a nigga and don't come back home with money for Pampers. Come on now. You know I'm raw. That's why they don't let me speak until I organize something my damn self. Hey, these niggas ain't gonna let me say shit around here. I can talk on the East Coast sometimes 2 or 3 hours on KBIA, was that New York City? Yeah. Shit, man, anyway. The brothers that read this little pamphlet. One brother, you know, I also have a cabin in the corner at the Ashby Flea Market. And on Lakeshore, as I said. But one young man from the Ashby Flea Market, he took the pamphlet home and he read it. And he came back, he said, thank you, Marvin, for writing this. He said, now I can go live my life. Because I thought I owned something that I didn't own. And now I know I don't own it. It ain't mine to own. And so he said, now I can live my life. Some other young brothers read it. One brother took several copies to give out to his friends, and he came back and reported to me a few weeks later, and he said, Marvin, yeah, my partners read it, and they went to court and got custody of their children. You understand? So, but even more than that, I want to just talk about how beautiful we are. Just from that corner, from what I've observed on that corner. Let me give you a big example. I put out a book, and it was $100 book. Okay? So that might sound like a lot of money to a non-academic person, but the academic people pay what, $200 and $300 for a book, textbook, right? Full of white supremacy lies, but for the most part. So some of my intellectual friends, they heard that I had this $100 book. They said, oh man, I ain't paying Marvin X no $100 for no money. That shit he be right. But now listen to this. Show you how beautiful we are. Now the common people, they said they wanted this book. They didn't have no $100. So what did they do? They put it on layaway. They put it on layaway. And they got it. And I didn't keep no record. I don't keep records. I give credit. I give credit on the corner for my books, and I don't keep no record. And 99% of the people come back and pay me. 99%. This is how beautiful we are. I wrote a book called Pull Your Pants Up for the Black President. Pull your pants up. And I went on the internet and I found an image of a brother with his pants off his behind, and I put it on the cover of the book. A brother came by, young brother, You say, look, dude, got up in my face. I had two killers. One was my brother standing right there with me. He didn't know who they were, OGs. And the young brother said, OG. See, my partners told me that it was an OG on the corner with a picture of my ass on his book. And he said, my ass is copyrighted. So you got to get my ass off your book. You understand? Because you know us youngsters, we don't like your OGs anyway. You know that. We want to smoke you, right? You know that, OG. So my brother, he's there. Like I say, he was a killer. And he listened, and another brother. And so the young brother went on across the street. And then, of course, first thing my brother said, well, man, if that nigga said that to me, that's the first thing to do. I was going to kill him straight out for even saying that to me. I didn't say nothing to him. So he went over to it was a coffee shop across the street at that time. And he had a little girlfriend over there. And I knew the girlfriend. I knew her mother. Good friend of mine, her mother. So anyway, I don't know what his girlfriend told him. But he came back across the street. He said, OG, you can keep my ass on your book. That's right. But let me tell you another story of how beautiful we are. I got 2 more black minutes. Look. So I'm selling my books. A young brother comes by. He doesn't have any money. So I give books away. That's why part of the reason my books is out of print right now. I give half of them away. But anyway, he doesn't have any money. So I said, well, here, man, here, take this. You can have this. So he walked about 3 feet and he stopped and he broke down. And I say, brother, what's the problem, bro? He said, man, ain't nobody ever gave me shit in my life.
Lord.
In his whole life.